Hey everybody, what's up? The Midwest meetup is over. Um, I got home today around 1 o'clock, something like that. The meetup was yesterday, Sunday. On Saturday, I drove to Chicago and traveled. And on Friday, I flew home from Vegas. So I've been off of work for a week. Today's Monday. Um, I took off half a day last Monday just to get ready for all my traveling. Um, and now I had today off, obviously, to recuperate a little bit from the trip. I got a little sun at the meetup. It actually doesn't hurt at all. It's not really a burn. Um, but today I just want to talk about the meetup. I've got a bunch of footage I shot and some photographs. Probably enough for 2, maybe 3 videos. But I've been just trying to kind of let it all sink in. I've been also kind of watching what everybody else has been posting, and I've been in charge, or taking charge, of the Midwest Meetup channel that we created. I'm one of the people who has access to it. So I've been watching the stuff and making sure it gets put there as favorites so people have a place to go watch it. Kurt set up the channel. He's, I think, gone. He's traveling till later this week or something. So I was kind of taking it upon myself. So the videos were all in one place so people could start seeing them. And a lot of the footage, it's funny. I think we all had the same footage. But I'll be putting mine up, probably the footage from the first part of it, tomorrow night. Like I said, I just need some time to digest all of this. To say it was cool for me is a real understatement. It's something I'm never going to forget. This is the first time I've made or met internet friends in real life. And I mentioned this with Kurt. He actually picked me up at the hotel. He was staying in a suburb just like I was, and we rode in together. And when I first saw Kurt in the car, there's this moment or two that's slightly awkward. But it's the same thing like when you jump into a Stick'em or Skype with somebody for the first time versus just watching their videos. But the first time you actually have the one-on-one conversation. At least that's how it felt to me. I had brunch yesterday with, let me get this right, Kurt and I showed up at lunch with Cheryl, What's One Bone, and her daughter. Danny, DL, I'm not getting the names right here. Danny, Travelers 1967, and Suburban Mom, and DXborderline. And it was really cool to meet these people. For me, seeing Suburban Mom and Traveler 1967, they seem like the YouTube celebrities to me. You know, we all talk about the big people. They seem like the ones that have always been around. And they were so gracious and so nice, and everything was so comfortable. And like meeting Cheryl, I gave them all big hugs, and it just seemed like we had so much in common, and it was just a gab fest. I felt really comfortable, and I felt like these people weren't strangers, and they weren't. But yet, it's the first time we met each other in real life. And there was a point I left for dinner, or we were at dinner afterward, and it was the same group that met up for breakfast, actually, other than Paul, what's his name, Wolf something or another, video chick, her name's Kathy. I believe they came along with us for dinner. We all had dinner together, and it was a really nice time. And I went to use the restroom, and I left my bag there. And my bag had my video camera and my iPod and my still camera, probably close to $1,000 worth of equipment in there when you start adding it up. And I didn't think twice about leaving it there. And just yesterday, day before yesterday, we were all strangers. Yeah, we watch each other on TV, but I felt a level of comfort there, like I'd known these people before. And with all of them, I felt a huge sense of community. It was unbelievable. Like I said, I gave them all hugs goodbye and gave them all a hug when I saw them, and it just felt right. It felt real. And when we got to the pier, it ended up there were about, what did we count? 31 people showed up. Some people just found out about it the day or two before. I think the morning of, one guy did. And I was able to talk with almost everybody. There were a couple of people I didn't chat with much at all. And I didn't really shoot a lot of video either, because I experienced it, got wrapped up in talking to people and just experiencing the situation versus trying to record it. And that's something I struggle with all the time. In Vegas, I always had the camera out, always had the video camera out. So it's maybe slightly ironic that I didn't have it out a lot for YouTube meetup. There were 30-some people, and that's exactly what Kurt and I had figured, or were planning on being there. We thought at one point maybe 100. We were maybe saying 50, but we kind of kept thinking about 30, and that's what we ended up with, and it was perfect. We had a musician there. We had the puppet, Mr. What's your name? MattHawes with his puppet. We had What's One Bone's dogs were there. There was I can't think of anybody's name. Somebody was in a costume. It was really cool, and it was really cool. Like, I saw Bozette, and she's a subscriber to me, and I'm not subscribing to her, and she gave me a big hug, and it's just like we knew each other forever. And in a way, we do know a lot about each other's lives. Breakfast and dinner last night were just so great. Hanging out on the pier with a lot of other people. Brad. I'm forgetting people's names, but I had lunch with some people and stuff. There are people, I can't believe how they drove. Somebody drove almost 7 hours from Michigan. Somebody took DXborderline. Tina took 12-hour bus ride from the East Coast. Danny flew from New York, I believe. We had people from Missouri, I want to say St. Louis, Wisconsin. Hell, Kurt came from LA, Michigan. So it was quite the meetup. And then there were some locals too from Illinois and from actually Chicago. There were some people that I'd only subscribed to a day or two before, just that said we're coming, and I watched their stuff, and I felt an instant connection with. There's some people I can honestly say I never heard of before, and you still had a connection talking to them. And I feel like, and maybe I can't speak for anybody other than myself, but I feel like I made some incredible friendships and incredible connections with people yesterday. And it feels very profound to me. I keep joking, I'm a loss for words, and here I'm at 8 minutes. But I'm just soaking it all in, and I'm blown away. I'm just blown away. This is something I'm never going to forget. It was a great group. 777 had like 1,500 people, and I bet that was cool too. But this was really, it was just perfect, if you ask me. And to think that 9 months ago, I didn't know any of these people. And I'm driving around with Kurt, and everybody assumed that we knew each other before YouTube, that we are friends outside of YouTube, and we're not. And here we are just chatting away like we've known each other forever. And I felt that way with everybody I was talking to. Just, gab fest, like I said. So bear with me. I'm going to put the footage up probably tomorrow night, slowly put it up. I got to start sifting through my Vegas stuff, and I've got some other things I want to talk about. I wanted to touch on tonight, though, just my overall thoughts on this. And I guess as one of the people who helped set it up, although Kurt really did all the work, and kudos to him. We just were nonchalant about it. But any credit has to go to him. So it was an honor meeting all of you. Some of you I didn't talk to as much as I wanted to, and for those of you who weren't there, a lot of you we talked about. A lot of you were there with us in spirit. Our communities we have, it's amazing how much we bring you guys with us. So that's all for now. I tell you what, if you guys have a chance, go to the one in DC or South Tube or whatever. You won't regret it. It's just an amazing experience, something I'll never forget. That's all for now. Talk to you later. Bye.